Hello, we are here at the Ritz-Carlton at Crypto306, and it's such a pleasure to have here with me Mr. Afzal from Blocksgenie Technologies. Thank you for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and thank you very much for inviting me for this wonderful interview.
So, how can cryptocurrencies help promote financial inclusion in developing countries, and what are some challenges that need to be addressed to achieve this goal?
First of all, we need to identify the challenges right now facing by these developing countries. The economy situations are getting worse, especially after the pandemic, right? So they need to work on identifying the challenges. The first challenge is the economic situation. First of all, the developing countries, the peoples of those countries, they don't have access to basic financial services, right? They were living in the remote areas and they don't trust the banks. So first of all, we need to provide them a solid solution. Everybody have at least a smartphone and internet connection, so we can actually educate them on using the adopting cryptocurrencies, right? So they can actually have the access of financials. Also, they can also, with the help of cryptocurrencies, they can also access the global market, which is very important for them, right? Everybody wants to everybody wants to start a small scale business, at least, uh, to run the operations, to actually they want to improve their lifestyle, right? So financial is the major key of a person's lifestyle. So we need to identify those challenges, and then we need to educate them how they can use cryptocurrencies, because right now lack of regulations is a major problem right
Yeah.
now. And there are a lot of scams. There are a lot of people who are losing their assets almost every day. So we need to first of all identify those challenges, and we need to educate
Yes.
those peoples.
Amazing. So tell me, what are some successful examples of cryptocurrency projects in developing countries, and what impact they had on local economies and communities?
Yes. So first of all, I like to talk about the El Salvador. First of all, they started accepting Bitcoin as a legal tender, right? So the major example of Bitcoin cryptocurrency adoption is the El Salvador. Nobody knows about El Salvador. Me personally, I heard for the very first time the El Salvador, a country in this world who is accepting Bitcoin. So first of all, it brings them into the limelight, right? Everybody knows about El Salvador now, because they are the first ever country to properly adopting the Bitcoin, right? So it also helped them in the remittances. Remittances is very important for our country. They start getting the billions of dollar every month. It actually helped them in stability of their economy. So I do like to mention El Salvador. It's amazing, amazing. What they have done is really amazing.
Amazing. Okay, what are the potential risks and benefits of using cryptocurrencies for cross-border payments and remittances in developing countries, and how can these risks be mitigated?
So first of all, the problem is remittances works through like traditional banks and some other institutions like Western Union and like MoneyGram. So what happens is they actually they come up with their own exchange rate, which is not that good for a person who's actually, first of all, a guy who's living in the maybe in UAE, and he's making a hard-earned income of like 2,000 dirham, and he's sending it back to the Pakistan, to somewhere in Pakistan, to his family. What his family is getting is, after the deduction of some hidden fees, after the deduction of service fees, right? But in crypto world, there is no fees involved except the transaction fees, which is also very minimal, right? So the best example is they need to adopt the P2P cryptocurrency. They need to adopt the model of P2P. If they don't want to adopt the model of P2P, at least they can do some regulations, and from this way, the remittance cost can reduce at its lower, right? And people can get most benefits out of it.
Okay, interesting. Okay, tell me, how can cryptocurrencies be used to promote entrepreneurship and small business development in developing countries? And what are some potential challenges to implementing these solutions?
I heard about one guy living in a third world country. I cannot mention his name, but I heard the story that he started using cryptocurrency and he became millionaire, right? So what he did is he start buying the cryptocurrencies on a platform where he can get the cheaper price, and then he start selling those cryptocurrencies on a higher price, right? So he did this kind of investment and he became a millionaire. Right now he's a millionaire, okay, from a third world country. So we need to work around that. We need to provide the education, and we want to make sure that those countries have the access to cryptocurrencies, and at some small level they can start something at a lower scale. So they need to start a small business. They can start accepting cryptocurrency. They can start buying the cryptocurrencies and they can start selling it to at a higher price. They can make profits, right? That's a small part. Also, we need to educate them on the trading part. If in the developing countries, if we start educating on the in the trading, how trading works, being honestly, still people actually get into a lot of traps when it comes to understanding the trading, because a lot of scams are going on, and since they have no idea how this trading works, so they spend a lot of money and eventually they lost a lot of money as well. So education is the key.
Okay, what role do governments and regulatory bodies play in promoting the use of cryptocurrencies for financial inclusion in developing countries? And how can they ensure consumer protection and financial stability while fostering innovation and growth in the sector?
That's an interesting question. So first of all, the government needs to understand the needs of the people, and they need to educate themselves, because in third world countries the financial ministers have no idea what cryptocurrencies are. They have no idea how blockchain works, right? So first they need to understand the cryptocurrency, and then they can actually find a solution in the regulation, because lack of regulation is also causing a lot of problems in the crypto world right now. So to me, right now, the big suggestion from my side is to the government. They need to understand the positive or potential of cryptocurrencies first, and then they can adopt the best practices for their people.
Amazing, amazing. Mr. Afzal, thank you so much for being with us today. It is
No
such
problem.
a pleasure and it's very exciting to be here. Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you very much. Thanks.